Hello, everybody, again. Welcome to the Cheryl Technology Channel. I'm your host, Chris, and I am back with another video, y'all. Another video. This one is virtual machines. Let's start off this video with understanding what I want to compare it to a movie I saw once it's called I, Robot. You ever seen that movie? Will Smith? Ghost in the machine is what the doctor said. That is not what a virtual machine is technically, but it kind of is. It's sort of a ghost image of the physical thing. It's like a virtualization. It's a virtual part of the machine. It's a piece of the machine that has been sectioned off, right? That's what it is. That's what a virtual machine is. Now, the original saying comes from Gilbert Ryle in the 1940s. I remember it from the Will Smith movie I, Robot, because it's awesome. I like that movie a lot. Now, a virtual machine is by itself pretty simple to understand, but the way it works is not. It's a virtual representation of something physical. So think of your computer at home. You have a computer that is physical in nature. It has hardware, RAM, CPU, case, power supply, all that junk. Well, a virtual machine is the same, except it's missing the power supply. Not technically, because it's using the power supply of whatever computer it's running on. That's the introduction. Let's get into it. Where did they come from? Y'all may be asking yourself that. IBM's the one that came up with it. The concept of a virtual machine came from IBM because they needed a way to take these huge, expensive, all these huge mainframes, and they had to find a way to split them into pieces so they could utilize them more efficiently. Because think about it. They got a mainframe sitting in the corner back there, sitting back there doing nothing but running one thing. What if they could take it and divide it up into pieces and make it more efficient? Well, then they got to buy one mainframe and not 5. There you go. That's where the concept came from. That's where the concept of a virtual machine came from IBM. Now, what is a virtual machine? It is a virtual representation of a physical piece of hardware. It runs on a physical piece of hardware. It is virtual in nature, but it does run on a physical piece of hardware, a server. And here in just a minute, we'll get into the rest of it, of what those pieces are. Okay, let's go, y'all. Let's go. We're going through this one. And you use them to prevent damage to a computer. So they're really good for resource utilization. They're very good for if you're testing environments out. Like, let's say you got this volatile program you're trying to test. Well, a virtual machine is perfect for that kind of stuff. Now, in my case, what I am doing is I am utilizing it for other things. So basically what I'm doing is I am utilizing mine for, two or three things. I want to add more things in, but it's going to take time to do that. I need a bigger machine to do the things I'm trying to do. There's a lot of reasons why to use a virtual machine, but those are some of the basic ones. You want to have a machine that you can test things on and it won't damage anything. That's what a virtual machine's for. They're also good. I mean, they're very versatile. It should say versatile machine, not virtual, because that's what they are. They're very, very versatile. They can do many tasks that you just don't want to do. They can do all kinds of stuff. So now, and it's isolated too from the physical hardware. It's running on the hardware, but it's isolated from it. I know it seems weird, it seems crazy, but that's what it is. Now, what are some use cases? Like I said before, trying out a new machine, you're doing running older programs on a virtual machine. Like, let's say you have a program you want to run on XP because it won't run on Windows 7, and you sure as crap don't want to use it on Windows 8 because that would be bad. But I have seen this. I actually saw this within the last year. Now, that's not to say that, and it would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to replace the hardware Because, right, you got to replace the hardware, the software. Oh, we all love licensing, don't we? The licensing would cost a ton of money, so they use a virtual machine to run XP on, and it works perfectly, works beautifully. When it's done, shut it down. The hardware runs. When you need to change something, boot it back up, and away you go. Simple. That's the other thing they're good for. You can turn them on and off, move them around, take snapshots of them like little pictures. You go click, click, and it'll take a picture of it. And then when you want to restore it, you just say, take this snapshot and move it here. It's very simple. I've seen it done. So then the conclusion to all this, virtual machines are now a mainstay in the IT industry today. They are. Most enterprise organizations will have virtual machines in almost every facet of their business. And they're also in the school districts. So now what I'm going to tell you now is that you need to learn virtual machines. It's imperative. If you want to get into IT, you need to learn virtualization. You need to know. And then you're asking, but Chris, how do I, some standard human being, how do I get into virtualization? Okay, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? I'm going to tell you the secret. You go out and buy a machine and you throw VMware on it, ESXi, and you run it. So simple, so easy. And in the following videos, I'm going to show y'all how to do it. It is the coolest thing ever. You're going to love it. In the next video, I'm going to show you my environment, what I use it for, what it does, what it can't do right now because I don't have the licensing for it, because you would have to buy it, and I'm not paying them $5,000 for it, so they can kiss my butt. So even though it's probably worth it in an enterprise environment, it's worth it. So you have three pieces that I have seen personally: vMotion, vSphere, and ESXi. ESXi is the base back-end server that runs all the virtual machines and controls the hardware and all that, like hardware utilization. vSphere is the management tool when you have multiple pieces, multiple ESXi machines. You see, we're having a layer here. vMotion is when you want to move things. Like, let's say you have one server over here, one server over here, right? Let's say this one's getting full. You're like, oh crap, what am I going to do? Oh, well, let's just vMotion it over to this one while it's being used. I've seen it done. It is incredibly cool. So that's why you need to learn virtual machines. Now, in the next video, we're going to show you my setup and how I use it. I use it a little bit differently, but in the next video, that's what you're going to see. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And as you know, I love y'all. I really, truly do. And may the Lord bless each and every step you take. And until the next video, thank y'all for watching. Peace.